Hold up, Browns fans. What if I told you that Cleveland's master plan isn't about this season at all? What if everything happening right now, every confusing roster move, every head-scratching decision, is actually part of a chess game being played 3 moves ahead? Because while everyone's debating Joe Flacco and wondering about Deshaun Watson, the Browns front office might already know exactly who their franchise quarterback will be, and his name is LaNorris Sellers. Yeah, you heard that right. The South Carolina quarterback who's been lighting up college football might already be wearing orange and brown in your mind, even if he doesn't know it yet. And the craziest part? The Browns are positioned perfectly to make it happen. Let me paint you the picture that's emerging from NFL insiders. Nick Baumgardner from The Athletic is reporting something that should make every Browns fan's heart race. Cleveland is projected to have the 2nd overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, before you get depressed about what that means for this season, hear me out on why this might be the best news you've heard in years. LaNorris Sellers isn't just another college quarterback with potential. This kid is 6'3", 242 pounds of pure athletic terror for opposing defenses. Dan Orlov's guy, the guy who actually played quarterback in the NFL, compared him to a young Ben Roethlisberger, but faster. Think about that for a second. Big Ben, but with wheels. Big Ben, but in today's NFL where mobility matters more than ever. And here's where it gets really interesting. Sellers isn't just running around making highlight plays. He's showing the kind of pocket presence and downfield accuracy that makes scouts dream about April draft night. His performances last season had moments that made you stop what you were doing and rewind the tape. This isn't some small school quarterback getting hyped up because of one good game. This is a legitimate franchise-changing talent who's entering this college season with serious momentum. But here's the beauty of Cleveland's position right now. They're playing the long game while everyone else is panicking about the short term. Think about it. They drafted Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders this past year, showing they're serious about developing quarterback talent. They've got Deshaun Watson under contract with all his question marks. They're rolling with Joe Flacco as a bridge. It looks chaotic from the outside, but what if it's actually genius? What if the Browns looked at their roster, looked at their division, and said, we're not winning a Super Bowl this year, so let's position ourselves to win multiple Super Bowls starting in 2026? Because that's exactly what having the 2nd overall pick allows you to do when there's a generational talent like Sellers available. And make no mistake, Sellers has generational potential. When you're 20 years old, already built like an NFL linebacker, and throwing the ball downfield with the confidence of a 10-year veteran, you're not just another prospect. You're the kind of player who changes franchises. The kind of player who turns decades of quarterback struggles into distant memories. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What about Shedeur Sanders? We just drafted him. And you're right to think about that. Sanders has shown he belongs, he's put in the work, and he's earned his spot on this roster. But here's the harsh reality of the NFL. When a franchise quarterback becomes available, everything else becomes secondary. Sanders would be fighting for his roster spot in a world where LaNorris Sellers is the future. The comparison to Ben Roethlisberger isn't just about size and arm strength. It's about what that could mean for Cleveland's championship aspirations. Big Ben won 2 Super Bowls, went to 6 Pro Bowls, and was one of the most clutch quarterbacks of his generation. If Sellers develops even close to that trajectory, we're talking about the Browns potentially becoming a dynasty instead of just hoping to be competitive. And let's be honest about where Cleveland stands right now. This team has pieces. They've got a defense that can be dominant. They've got offensive weapons. They've got a front office that's shown patience and strategic thinking. What they don't have is that cornerstone quarterback who makes everything else work. That missing piece who turns good teams into great teams and great teams into champions. The AFC North isn't getting any easier. Baltimore has Lamar Jackson, Cincinnati has Joe Burrow, and Pittsburgh is always going to find a way to be competitive. Cleveland needs more than just a good quarterback to compete in this division. They need someone special. Someone who can go toe-to-toe with those guys and not blink. That's where Sellers comes in. This isn't just about finding a replacement for aging veterans or question marks. This is about finding the guy who makes the Browns the team other AFC North franchises worry about for the next decade. The guy who makes free agents want to come to Cleveland because they know they're joining a championship contender. If you're getting excited about this possibility and want to stay ahead of every Browns development, smash that like button and subscribe to Browns Breakout. We're building something special here, just like the Browns are building something special for their future. The timeline makes perfect sense too. Sellers has this entire college season to continue developing, to show he can handle pressure, to prove he's ready for the NFL spotlight. Cleveland has this season and next to evaluate their current options, to build around their other positions, to set the stage for a new era. By 2026, everything aligns perfectly. And here's something that should get you really excited. The Browns coaching staff has shown they can develop young talent. They've shown they can adapt their systems. They've shown patience with the process. If Sellers does end up in Cleveland, he's walking into an organization that's ready to help him succeed from day one. This isn't like the old Browns quarterback carousel where young players were thrown to the wolves without proper support. This is a calculated, strategic approach to finding and developing a franchise cornerstone. The kind of approach that actually works in today's NFL. So while other teams are making desperate moves for short-term solutions, while other fan bases are panicking about this season or next season, Browns fans might be the ones laughing in 2026. Because sometimes the best strategy isn't to win right now. Sometimes it's to position yourself to win everything. Norris Sellers might not know it yet, but he could be the answer to decades of Cleveland Browns quarterback struggles. He could be the guy who finally brings a Lombardi trophy back to the shores of Lake Erie. He could be the reason why, in 5 years, we look back at this moment as the turning point for the entire franchise. The chess pieces are moving, Browns fans. The master plan is coming into focus. And if everything breaks right, we might just be witnessing the beginning of the most successful era in Cleveland Browns history. The wait might finally be over.